Right then, welcome back. Part 13. But this should be quite lucky for us, he says. Now let's look at the fixtures. They're anything but easy. Chesterfield currently second. Bradford fourth with a game in hand. In fact, let's check the table. There's Chesterfield above us by 1 point. Bradford, game in hand, level on points with us. So this is going to be hard. And we've got them away. And you know what our away record is like? Bloody terrible. And then in the middle, we've got Brentford. So obviously two-legged game, and essentially the team with the highest score over the two games goes through to the main final at Wembley. And it would be really nice to get there, wouldn't it? I mean, I don't mind losing in the final, just getting there would be nice. Getting knocked out in technically the semi-final, even though it's the area final, would be disappointing. So anyway, let's pick a team for the Chesterfield game. We just can't afford to lose this, because if we do, as I took a sneak preview of that dreadful game against Rotherham. It was really bad. Yeah, just got to get at least a point, but really 3. So anyway, Chris is out for a month, so let's put him to the B team. In fact, same with me, really, because I'm out for another couple of weeks. So might as well go to the B team as well. And then what we'll do is we'll call up Dave, promote him to the A squad, and also TG Apuleius. Hey, buy him? Oh, maybe his contract's run out, so I've got to get him on a free. Either way, that'll be sorted for the next week, I imagine. But yeah, Dave gets immediately promoted, and we'll have to wait for TG Apuleius, but that's not a problem. So let's look at the previous team. So we'll bring out everyone with a 6 or under. So that's Craig, Stu, Owen. So straight away, Craig, Stu, Owen, and Crash Test and Ben. And also COD 2 fan. So there's Ben, Crash Test, COD 2 fan. What I'm going to do is I am going to put COD 2 fan back on, even though we got a 6, but he did come on as a sub. So I'm thinking maybe start him, because Sean Sidious is still injured. Well, he's recovered from his injury, but only 70% physical condition. And if we played him, he'd probably be injured for the rest of the season, so it would be a bit of a disaster. So let's start with Lukey Wookie. Let's go a little bit attack-minded in this. We are at home, so, you know, why not? And then let's put Dave on the bench. Let's put Matthias on, because he did well when he came on, as you can see, an 8. And maybe put Martin Murphy-Durf on the bench, just to give Darren a little bit of competition, even though his form is pretty good. Low morale, though. And on the wing, let's put the other Sean, Pompey Games Room. And then at right back, so current form, good, average, very good. So let's put Den there. Yeah, I think that's all right for this one. Let's see. Let's bring Trevor on the bench. I'm thinking Ash played in the last one, so just to mix it up a little bit, let's put Trevor on there. Right, let's just do it. Let's go for it. Chesterfield cannot afford to lose this game. I think that's a certainty. Now, we are going to lose, I'd hazard a guess, 1 or 2 possibly before the end of the season, because what we're finding at the top of the table, 1-0, is that all the teams are beating each other, because we're all the same kind of ability levels, really. So it's quite exciting. God, nearly 2, that would have been handy. But yeah, with that said, I do think, you know, we are going to lose a couple of games before the end of the season, but really we don't want to be losing our home games, because we've got a really good record. Oh, Pete, good chance. I thought Darren was going to get a yellow card there, but he didn't. So yeah, heading towards half-time. Nearly 2-0. Oh, but instead it's 1-1. Such a fine line, isn't it? You know, we should have took a 2-goal lead, and then just in an instant, you know, they score. Darren, well done. At the far post there. Lee had no chance. I think that's Darren's first goal. Again, that's always nice when that happens. Oh, if we'd have got a 3-1 lead, we could still get one before half-time. Nah. Yeah, Darren's first goal. So what we'll do, everyone's playing well, so I'm not going to do anything for now. Let's leave it like that. And I do want to win this game, as I say, but if we can get a draw, then that will be all right, I think, really, under the circumstances, because Chesterfield are a very good team. Oh, so yeah, we were looking for a draw and we're going to get one. Brilliant. So let's look into making a sub. Let's bring... Christie's not playing too hot, so let's bring Dave on. And neither is Luke, so let's bring Adam on there. Let's see if this makes any difference. We've got one sub remaining. We definitely don't want to lose. That would be really disappointing. Really disappointing. Okay, let's look to making the last sub in a minute. Yeah, this is just not really going to plan. Let's bring Trevor on for Den. Bring them three together. This, in theory, should mean they won't score, but will it stifle the whole pitch out and mean that no one will score? Oh, my life. 3-2. Thank you very much. It's like pinball there. Ash. And are we going to hold on? Literally seconds left. What a win. What a win. 87th minute winner. Well, I'm pleased with that. And you can't say, well, they can't say that we didn't deserve to win. Look at this. Yeah, we deserve to win. Possession 50-50, but in terms of attacking, yeah, brilliant result. Brilliant result, and I'm really pleased with the performance. A couple of midfielders didn't do too hot, but, you know, it was a 6. A 6 rating isn't terrible. It's just really the minimum that we expect. So 3-2, really pleased. Let's check the league table out, and that means we're probably second. And let's hope maybe Oxford have lost as well. Let's look to see the results. I can actually see them coming in the top right-hand corner there. Oh, Oxford won 3-0. Fair enough. And then a load of Spanish results, which I couldn't really care less about. So yeah, so Oxford won. Surprise, surprise. What about Bradford? How did they do? They won. Again, that's disappointing. But we did all we had to do. And we've got the win there. So brilliant. Really pleased with that. So that's a couple of months injury for Stu. So that is pretty much his season over. Right then, so here we are. Area final, first leg. Yeah, that's Stu out for 6 weeks. Now, it did say a couple of months, going back a week in the game anyway. There's the date up there. So perhaps, well, clearly not as bad as we first thought. So he could well be back before the end of the season. But either way, it's going to be only for the last game or two. Now, what about, when am I back? Yeah, a couple of weeks still. What about Chris? Still a month. And Carl? 6 weeks as well. Remarkable comeback. It's just incredible. I thought he was absolutely finished for the rest of the season. And of course, Neil is fully fit. And getting a lot of practice there. Nearly 20 games for the reserves. And just the one for us so far. But Neil will come into the first team soon. Anyway, so let's look at the previous game. Now, everyone pretty much played well. Apart from the only ones I was kind of unhappy with, really, were Luke and Christy. They played nearly 70 minutes and only got a 6. Now, a 6 isn't too bad, as I keep saying. But what I look for, really, is a minimum of 7. So I'm going to take them 2 midfielders out. I'm going to start with Owen, and I'm going to start with Trevor. I'm going to put Shock 16 on the bench with Trusteft. I'm going to keep Dave on the bench. What about striker-wise? Yeah, what about fitness, actually? How's everyone's fitness? Dave and Matthias are the only ones who aren't 100, but at 99, it's yeah, can't complain. Let me see. Darren scored in the last match, but I will rest him for this. And I'll put in Martin. And I'll also, what should I do? Let me see. Let's put Riddler on the bench. Wow, still tempted to make more subs, if I'm honest. Let's start Adam into Ghost instead of Pete. Just because I don't want him getting injured in a cup game. Keep him for the league. And squad rotation as well. So yeah, that's the changes I've made. It's away from home. Our record is truly dreadful. What do I do there? Oh. But we could have a chance. Oh, look at that. Into Ghost has scored. Well done, Adam. Inspired start there. Unbelievable. So, as I was gonna say, I don't mind Well, actually, I don't mind if we lose. But if we do, we've got a chance to turn it around. Because remember, this is 2 legs. And we play them again in around about, what, 10 days? Oh, Den, you moron. Unbelievable. Makes a mistake. And they equalise. But I was saying I didn't mind if we didn't win. I wasn't really being serious. But, you know, even if we lose 2-1, then... Oh, God, they nearly scored there. Then it wouldn't be the end of the world. It would just mean that we've just got to beat them by a goal. Or 2 goals to go through in the next one. So, yeah, it's still absolutely in our hands without question. So I'm not going to make any subs at half-time. 2-1. Is that Adam again? He just scored his second. Unbelievable. Talk about taking your chance. I mean, the big problem, really, is that I did say I was leaving him out to bring Pete in the next game. But whether that happens or not, at least he's kind of played his part there. Let's bring Trusteft on for Trevor in the middle. We don't want to concede, like I say, but I would be happy with a draw. But it's getting on now in the game, and... Oh, God, they've hit the bar twice there. And so it would be nice to hold on to the win. So let's bring the other Adam on for Owen. And then we'll put... Who should we put on here? Yeah, I mean, Ash isn't playing too hot, is he? Let's put Alan as captain, and then we'll put Dave on up front with Adam. And it's just for the last 12 minutes, plus a little bit of injury time. Be great to hold on. Away from home, we never win. We've won. The tables have well and truly turned. But yeah, really pleased with that. Really pleased. And how did the other semi-final go? Swindon got the advantage there against Carlisle, so could conceivably be playing Swindon in the final. But I don't care who we play. Carlisle, Swindon, not bothered. Looks like we're halfway there at least. Ah, Bradford won. That's disappointing. Oh, they missed a penalty as well. How annoying. So, yeah, that's slightly disappointing in the sense that Bradford won their last game. So, look at that. They lost to United in the FA Cup and the League Cup as well. But they have won their last 3. What about overall team form? Yeah, well, at least we've got that little hoodoo off our back by beating Brentford. Wasn't in the league, but at least we won away for the first time in a few games there. But like I say, I really do want to stress that this is going to be very difficult. And there's a big chance we can lose it. But we are going to lose, I'd say, a couple more games at least before the end of the season. You'd imagine, anyway. So here we are, 2nd versus 3rd. But at least we're in an automatic promotion place, you know, as it stands. 2-point advantage there. And if we won this, well, we're not gonna. We're probably going to get a draw at best. But, oh, I'll tell you what, if we did, unbelievable. So let's look at the previous game. Now, we did make a few changes, but everybody kind of did all right. Ish under the circumstances, but it wasn't the league and we were playing a team better than Brentford. Bradford are definitely better. So we'll have to bear that in mind. Now, what is Sean's fitness like? 86. So I'm not going to risk it again. I'll wait till he's at least 90. So he'll be back for the next game. Yeah, let's look at the 6s and see who we're going to take out. So, I mean, Ash, he scored the other game in the league game. But then Adam did come on. Oh, this is a tough one. How's Pete doing? Very good. This is what I mean when players unexpectedly play really well. It really is food for thought. So do I play Adam in this game? I know Adam's watching going, yeah. But then if I do and we get absolutely battered by a team who are better than us technically, will that be a mistake? So do we make a change for the sake of personal reasons, or do we think of the team? It's a difficult one. I tell you what. When did the goals come? He scored in the first half. I'm going to start with Adam and Ash, and I'll keep Pete out of this one. And this decision is coming purely as a result of Adam getting a brace in the last game. And I just think it'd be a little bit harsh to leave him out. Now, don't forget, I was also going to bring, and will bring in, Crash Test Gaming. Because that record is superb. But obviously with Adam scoring a couple, that's going to have to wait a while. So yeah, let's go with Adam and Ashley up front. And let's see the form at right back. Good. Good. Poor. Let's put Mark on the bench. Now, in fact, I'll bring Mark back for the next game. Let's keep Riddler on the bench, because I don't think he played in the last one. So I may bring him on in this. Let's bring Trusteft off, because he didn't do amazingly well in the last game. Let's start with Ben. Oops, what am I doing? Yeah, instead of Sean. How many games has Sean played? 18, so, you know, quite a lot, really, all in all. Trevor did all right, but I am going to bring Christy back, but I will put Trevor on the bench instead of Sean. And what about Luke? It's really hit and miss, Luke is. Very much hit and miss. Stats are brilliant there, but... did Adam play in the previous game? He did. So with that in mind, let's put Luke on the bench. Again, just to freshen things up a little bit. Am I happy with that? I think so. I'm a little bit wary of leaving Pete out. I'm a little bit wary of maybe should we be starting Sean on the right? But that aside, how did Martin do? Yeah, he did all right. What's his form like? Good. And what's Darren? That's good as well. Right, so yeah, let's just go with that then. Let's go with that. There are easily 2 or 3 changes I could make. Whatever happens, happens. You know, I am expecting to lose this. I'm not being defeatist. But I think, along with Oxford, they're the best 2 teams in the division. Yeah, 1-0 down. I can't say I'm surprised, got to be honest. Oh, 1-1. Ben, second goal. So that was a good decision to bring him back. Oh, I tell you what, if Adam had scored there. Now, there's a long way to go, but if we can get a point, I'd be really pleased with that. Because, like I say, away from home, we somewhat stopped the jinx in the last game, but really in the league, that's where we want to start getting points away from home, because we just haven't been doing it. I think Christy's picking up a few yellow cards lately. Yeah, so 1-1 at half-time. I'm really pleased with that. So what I'm going to do, I mean, Adam's not playing too well. Neither is Cod 2 Fan, or Matthias, Martin, or Den. Okay, well, just based on the yellow card, I'm going to bring Luke on. Because I don't want anyone sent off, although that's no guarantees when we're playing. Yellow and red are our favourite colours, I think. So Alan's playing well. I mean, to be fair, if they do score, you can't blame Alan. Oh, my goodness me. Great timing. I mean, it was coming anyway. So, yeah, what should we do here? Den isn't playing well. Riddler comes on. And we'll make one more sub in a second if we can get a goal. Well, we did beat Chesterfield. We had to win at least one. We had to. That's it. We've lost the game. Yeah, well, we beat Chesterfield, so that's good. We were always really going to lose this game. Oh, I tell you what, though, Ash has just scored. Oh, losing 3-2's harsh. That is harsh. What can we do here? Let's bring Adam off and Dave on. Last few minutes. Let's go long ball. Oh, Dave, if he'd have scored there. Yeah, well, we've lost. Alan, man of the match. It's disappointing, but with that said, I mean, how many times am I going to say this now? But we were always really going to lose that game. Bradford are a much better team. You know, their players are rated higher than us. They're worth more money. You know, they're just simply a better team. And sometimes you just got to hold your hand up and say, fair enough. Okay, so Chesterfield winning, and they beat Oxford. So again, it's not too bad that they lost that game, Oxford. Well, in fact, it's good. Sorry, it's not too bad we lost, I should say. Because they didn't get further away from us. But that means Bradford now. We slipped down to 4th. It's still 6 points. There's 10 league games left. So, it's getting to that stage now where we've really got to knuckle down. But I'm pretty confident, I've got to be honest. I mean, the good thing is everyone's beating everyone. And that's because all the teams at the top are pretty much equal. And that's why a lot of teams are all taking points off each other. So if we can possibly, it's asking a lot, but if we can just maybe just get one more defeat, ideally none, but if we just got one more defeat in the next 10 games, which is asking, again, a lot, then we've got a great chance of winning the league because everybody will continue to take points off each other. So anyway, let's bring Pete back. That didn't really work, bringing Adam back in for that other game. Let's take Den off and Martin. We'll start with Darren and we'll start with Mark. We'll put Craig on the bench. Now, how did the defenders do? Matthias didn't do too well, so I'm going to bring him off and I'll put Barry in. In terms of the middle, not too bad. I'll bring Cod Tufan off and bring Sean back. 91%, yeah, I'm happy to do that. We'll keep Dave on the bench. Yeah, let's see. How about, let's start with Trevor and then we'll put let's see, let's put Adam on the bench. All right. Yeah, let's go with that. Now, remember we're 2-1 up, so we can draw this game and we'll get through to the final. If we lose 1-0 or 2-1 or 3-2, I don't think away goals count. I think it'll just go to extra time. 1-0. And I think Sean scored. So I've made a lot of inspired starts here. Every time I deliberate over starting someone, they go on and have a really good game. Usually. So that's good news. But yeah, like I was saying, and if it's a draw going into extra time, it's sudden death. So the first one to score in extra time wins. Which, of course, was the policy knocking around back then in the late 90s. And these days, I just think it just goes... Does it go straight to penalties? Or extra time and then penalties? But anyway, we're 1-0 up. Things are going really well. We're going to make the first sub in a minute. We can afford to concede a goal. And it's not really going to make any difference. Let's bring Craig on for Mark, who's playing really well. 2-0. Nice. Pleased with that. Ashley Escort. So he's starting to score goals again, which is good. Because he was going through quite a lull earlier on in the season, or midway through the season. Started it off like a house on fire, along with Pete. And then the pair of them stopped scoring, really. But just lately, it's picked up a bit. So let's bring Adam on for Trevor. And then we'll make the last substitution around about 75 minutes. Ooh, nearly 3 there. So yeah, it looks like, we are definitely going through to Wembley. Definitely. Brilliant day out. Let's bring Pete off, yellow card there. And we'll put Dave on. So I'm really pleased with this, barring a complete disaster in the last few minutes, which isn't going to happen. Oh, Dave needs to score again. That's the second time he's come on, and the second time he's nearly scored at the end. And I think the second time he's got a 6 rating as well, so I may have to address that, I think. But yeah, really pleased. Look at that. Absolutely blitzed them. And we're going through to Wembley. Brilliant. Really looking forward to that. And we're going to play Swindon. Swindon Town. Wembley. Unbelievable. 12th of April. In fact, a month today. Thursday the 12th of March. A month today we'll be there at Wembley Stadium. Unbelievable. So anyway, guys, that's the end of the vid. 4 games. Pretty successful all in all, I've got to be honest. Beat Chesterfield 3-2. We really had to win that. Beat Brentford away. Got rid of that away hoodoo, the jinx, which is good. Admittedly did lose in the league away to Bradford, but come on, it was Bradford, they're a good team. Arguably the best team in the division. But then we got back to winning ways, beating Brentford. 4-1 on aggregate, absolutely hammered them. You can tell that they're not very good. Are they still there near the bottom of the league? Yeah, in fact, since last time, they've slipped into the relegation zone, so clearly they're struggling when it comes to confidence. And if you look at our... Oh, let's get rid of that. If you look at our league table, We're doing pretty well. Yes, we are 4th. Technically slipped down the league since last time. But look how tight it is. 6 points separating the top 4. So we're doing really well. We're well on target to get promoted. So see you next time.